Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of Monday Mothership. Everyone say hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
So glad for another session of this with a brand new but fantastic new cast here for this. We're going to get into it. We'll kind of talk about the game as we go, as we have new players here, and for anyone out there new as well. But let's say hello to these players and find out who they are and what they're playing. So, Maitri, hello, welcome, and say hello.
Hi, this is my second time here, so thank you so much for having me back. My name is Maitrey, she, her. I'm playing Prachi Ganesh the Marine, also she, her. And Prachi is, she's real trigger happy, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. He's
Fantastic.
very impulsive.
Fantastic. All right, welcome. Glad to have you back. Thank you for being here. All right, let's go next door to you, to Lex. Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lex, also known as Titanomachy RPG on Twitter. I'm playing an android named Lilith.exe, or just Lilith for short. And I'm just going to harness some Evangelion vibes if I can. That's what I'm going for.
Fantastic. All right. So first android and down to our second android. We have two androids in this party. I'm sure that won't be chaos. Morgan, hello.
That's what you're going with? The second android? Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Hi, I'm Morgan. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing Fax Smiley, a very traditional robot kind of thing. Think early stage Terminator, but with a more theological bent. You can find me on Twitter at Lizard Librarian and pretty much everywhere else.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you for being here as well. And last but not least, Bob, say hello.
Hey, everybody. Bob McDonald, best Bob McDonald on Twitter, or at Stage Outlaw. I am playing Torque Bradley, the Teamster, going on for a mechanic bent today, and see how that works out for us on the Mothership.
Fantastic. Welcome, everyone. So glad to have you all here. Of course, I am Todd Moonbounce. I will be the warden here in Mothership RPG. So I think let's dive right into it. So as we do with these Monday one-shots, we do roll up some of these features in Mothership on the fly because it's so quick and easy to do so, and it's kind of fun to see how those develop on the spot. So everyone, go ahead and start rolling for your stats and saves. So it's on the character sheet, it tells you what that is. For your stats, it'll be 2d10 plus 20 for each one. And then if you want to, you do have class bonuses that are listed there. So make note of those, and you can go ahead and work those in if you would like while you're making these rolls. So, Lex, I know you got a little ahead of us there, no problem. But I'm going to start with you because of that, since I know you have some of your stuff ready, and then I'll catch up with the others. So, for Lilith, go ahead and rattle off. Let's start with your stats. What do you have there?
I have 32 strength. I've got 43 speed.
Very nice.
49 intellect.
Okay.
And 31 combat.
All right. Pretty solid all around. And for androids, they have a plus 20 to intellect stat and then a minus 10 to one other stat as well. So, yeah, it's a minus.
That means I gotta, I'll put my minus 10 in strength.
Okay.
So 22 strength.
All right. And let's do your saves while we're here. What do we got for those?
Sanity, I've got 24. For fear, I've got 85 because androids get a plus 60 on fear. And then I have a 34 on body.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so Mothership is a D100 system, so the player's goal is to roll under those target numbers. So as you probably heard, a lot of these are, 30 or below, so pretty challenging. All right, let's go back to the top. Prachi, how are we coming on some of those rolls? Your stats
muted.
available? Oh,
yes.
Good.
So I have 33 on strength.
Okay.
30 on speed,
Mm-hmm.
28 on intellect, and 30 on combat.
All right. And did you add your bonuses in?
I did. I
Okay,
did.
so plus
I
10 to
just
combat
rolled
is
real low.
what the Marine has. And then your saves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Plus 10 to combat on top of the rolls.
Yes, on top of the roll. So,
Sweet. So
that
my
would
combat
40,
is
right?
40.
Yeah, yep.
Sweet. Okay. Sorry, I haven't rolled my saves. I was just rolling that.
No worries, I'll come back to you. How about facts? What do we have for your stats?
Oh goodness. So I have a 31 in strength,
Yep.
a 20 in speed, including that penalty. Very slow apparently. A 58 in intellect.
Okay.
A 37 in combat.
All right. And do you have
and-
saves?
Yeah, that would be 39 sanity, 72 fear, and 22 body.
All right. And Torque, how about you?
Torque has a. I've already added in all my bonuses, so
Yep.
38 in strength, 32 in speed, 36 in intellect, and 33 in combat.
Awesome. And then down to your saves.
My saves, I have a sanity of 35, a fear of 32, and a body of 29.
All right, great. Teamster, very all-around individual. They get plus 5 to all stats and plus 10 to all saves. So hopefully that comes in. Prachi, do we have your saves now?
Yes, 34 for sanity, 26 for fear, and 36 for body.
Awesome. All right. So, yeah, let's touch on. We'll go next in the character sheet there. Next step is the health. So that is 1d10 plus 10 for your health points. Whoever gets that, go ahead and shout it out. And I'll go around from there.
19.
All right, very nice.
18
So-
for project. Oh, sorry.
Okay, nope, no worries. So facts, 19 health points per wound. Androids have 3 wound points, so they can take 19 points of damage, and then they lose a wound up to 3 times. Prachi, as a Marine, also 3 wounds for 18 points. Very good there. Lilith,
I got a 12.
12. Okay, so 12 points, but as an android, also 3 wounds. And then down to Torque as a Teamster,
15.
15, and only has 2 wounds. So 1 less wound than the rest of the group there. Next up is, stress is the next one there. Everyone starts with 2 points of stress. Everyone watching, you'll see that at the lower right of each one's frame, and that will go up to a maximum of 20 points. If we hit 20, any rolls you fail or any stress you gain after the fact comes off of your stat or save that you lost it. So if you make a speed check and fail and it causes you 5 points of stress, but you were at 20, your speed score goes down by 5 points. And then that gets harder. So if we get up to that 20 points. The other aspect of stress, of course, is panic checks. Is the only role in the game that you want to roll higher than your score. So it's a D20, and you want to roll over your stress count. And there's a whole table for, whenever you come into a very, very significant situation. So want to try and avoid those. Next up in the character build process is that trauma response, super fun aspect of the game here for each class. So the Marine, whenever the Marine panics, so if they fail that panic check, everyone else must make a fear save. It just automatically triggers that. And then, these are compounding based on the buildup of our group here. Androids, any fear saves made by nearby players are at disadvantage. So we're not going to do like double advantage because there's 2 androids. But the androids most likely are always going to be around. So that means, unfortunately, for Prachi and Torque, your fear saves at disadvantage. We don't have any scientists, so we don't look at that one. And then Teamster. Teamster gets a little bit of a buff here. Once per session, they may take advantage on a panic check. So a little bit of a bonus you can utilize there. Good fun stuff there. We've already rolled for loadout, so everyone has their equipment, things like that. But 2 other things that I really love about Mothership is the trinkets and patches. So let me pull that up. And if you all have your things up, start with the trinkets. That's page 36 here. Prachi, if you would like to roll first. D100.
Okay. D100. 82.
82. So your trinket is a Rubik's Cube.
Ooh.
Fantastic. Let's go over to Lilith.
All right. 92.
92. Your trinket is a trench shovel.
What is that?
I think just a small compact shovel.
Cool,
Yeah.
Cool.
So, all right, down to Fax. I think you're muted there.
What?
There you
no,
go.
I'm definitely not muted. I've done this before. I have a 12, which, according to this table, is a holographic serpentine dancer.
Nice.
I love it.
How big is this hologram?
Very small.
Very small.
Yes, almost imperceptible.
And then, does it ever say "hold me close"? Or I guess you would say to it, "Hold me closer." Tiny dancer.
No. I would never reference that. No. Are we human?
Point
No,
of
we're
stress all
animals.
around.
We have a knowledge of human things.
All right, and last but not least, again, Torque. Let's roll for your trinket. What we got?
I got a 37.
37, and that gives you a key to your childhood home.
Never wanted to leave that place.
Yeah. All right, and just as good, if not better, than trinkets are the patches. Prachi, go ahead and give me another D100.
89.
89 for yours is a patch that says "Too Pretty to Die."
I love it.
Great one, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's definitely the number 2 as well. Too pretty.
Yeah. Okay. Lilith, D100 for your patch.
13. Lucky number 13.
13. Smile, Big Brother is watching.
Oh, I love it.
On a terrifying android. Very fun.
Facts.
I have a 9.
9.
Eat the Rich. Very on
That's
brand.
awesome.
Very on brand.
Awesome. And Torque.
I got a 3.
A 3. Red shirt logo.
Perfect.
On the
for-
Teamster, that's
Yeah.
a bit on the nose. I
Yeah,
think.
right on the nose.
So we will see. We will see. All right. So those are patches and trinkets. Work them in. Definitely a flavor aspect, but work them in as you like. Always fun there. And then also, I guess one other aspect is the skills. Everyone has chosen those as well. Skills grant bonuses to the rolls they make when appropriate. So always good to try and utilize them. On rolls, so as I said, D100, doubles are a critical roll. If they are below as a success, it's a critical success. If they are above, it's a critical failure. It doesn't matter how far below, above, etc. Doubles is that. A 99, always a critical fail. 0-0 is always a critical success. So for this, when we read the dice, 0-0-0 is double zeros in that regard. So I think with that, I believe that's everything. We can dive in to our session. So, our crew here have been hired, tasked to travel to a strange, uninhabited planet to survey out the landscape and survey for an area for a new research station. This strange planet that doesn't see any sunlight, yet it is known to have lush forests and greenery and whatnot. And so scientists want to understand, how is that possible? How is this plant life thriving without any sort of sunlight? And first they need, they have to get this, they want to build a research station there on the planet. But then before that happens, they need someone to go and kind of survey, see what it looks like. So you have been sent out to do so, survey the land, find a site that will require minimal clearing of the forest and existing area there, maybe take some samples of things, and has good access as well. So you all are in your ship traveling to that. Maybe just come out of cryo sleep into the journey and are doing your last preparations there. Knowing also that there is no light on this planet, you all would have at least like light sources, flashlights, otherwise as needed. If you need that, there's also basically like glow sticks, sci-fi glow sticks called chem lights. You can have a batch of those, which there's like 5 of those available for the group you can take as well. So, and with that, I'll turn it over to the group as you descend towards the surface of the planet. You can see, even in the darkness, you can see like the kind of broccoli cauliflower top look as you get closer because of all the trees, but it's just still there's not really much light to it, and it's eerie.
And
Did we check?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you.
I was just gonna say that Prachi is just sort of checking the manifest and making sure that what we're arriving at is doesn't match the description that we've been given, and so just sort of matching logistics in a very functionary capacity.
Yeah, you look at your coordinates and everything, reviewing your trajectories and all of that, and yeah, by all measures, this is where you were supposed to be.
Yeah, and I talked to the rest of the crew, and I'm like, is everybody prepared for this very important mission to discover why these plants are growing in a sunless environment? This seems like it would be the work of some higher power. I don't see this happening anywhere else in the galaxy.
A higher power is possible and yet improbable, I would say. Let us check the value and nutrients in the soil first. Probably will provide an explanation there. And while this, like in the prep stage, I'm sort of like scanning over at least the top of the planet and be like, well, how does the texture of these trees differ from that of planets where we expect to see this sort of thing? And like, okay, well, they're probably not green, because if they were, green is for like light and photosynthesis and chlorophyll and all that. So I'm like ready. I've got like my instruments are spinning. I'm like ready to like get those samples.
Torque is kind of lazily going about his day. He feeds his cat that he has on the ship, a black cat named Jinx. He is sort of checking out the industrial equipment to making sure it's in working order. You don't quite know if he's actually checking it or not. He's just going through the motions as a Teamster would. And then he's sort of, just getting ready to disembark.
Yeah, and I'd grab some glow sticks and what were they specifically called again? They were
Chem lights, I believe,
chem
is what they
lights.
are called. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Grab some of those just to add to my my kit before we headed out.
Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, it seems a very routine descent down to the surface. You do find a spot that's seems to be kind of like on the edge of where a bulk of the growth is, and then you're tasked with kind of going in through that. Probably coming down, you've seen some patches here and there within the forested area that they could probably expand. Maybe not needing too much clearing, but it would be right there in the thick of it. That would make a great location there. So, but you kind of come down to an edge here where there isn't much growth, probably a little more rocky, barren type landscape, but come down without an issue and land and are able to, depart. It does seem that the planet does have an atmosphere as well, which is odd, but also a benefit to the crew that you don't need any special equipment in that regard. But the other thing you do notice, stepping off the ship immediately, is that you're very sluggish and it's a little tough to move. It seems gravity is a little more intense here.
Interesting.
And how do we have any like, just for our own personal frame of reference, like how much heavier would we feel? Would there be a mechanical effect with regards to like us moving slower or anything like that, or?
Yeah, just a little bit of slow movement there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it? Oh. So I don't actually have a reason to do like the very dated robot moves. Okay, I see. I was just slightly slower then.
So I think so as they make their descent, Prachi is all business, and I realize that you're very excited about the prospect of finding something new, but this is very by the book. Let's make sure that we stay by the book. I have to account for every round I discharge, and I'd really rather not do the paperwork, so let's make sure that we stay in check. Fax, I'm looking at you.
Well, I'm offended. I would never violate any rules. The prime directives of our mission have been thoroughly encoded into my operating system.
Torque, I know you've got a lot of union rules you gotta keep up, but I think we're set. Where I feel like we've got all paperwork in place for that. So let's make sure. You're gonna have to help me keep things by the book.
Yeah. I definitely overlooked the paperwork 2 or 3 times. I've dotted what I's needed to be dotted. I've crossed whatever T's there were to be crossed. I've looked it over 3 or 4 times. It all seemed to be in union order there.
So satisfied, Faji's gonna think, okay, let's go to the research site.
Begin your trek into the forest here. It's that maybe 20-30 yards from your ship until you finally hit the edge of the forest there and head in, and it is thick. There's points where there's definitely not a defined path. You're just kind of either slaloming between the trees in a line or spreading out a little bit and kind of going here and there. But with the aid of your light sources, as Lilith, as you kind of pondered there, you do see that, especially on the ground floor here, a lot of the flora is the plants. Yeah, flora is like more of a white, almost some of it almost seemingly translucent there. And then, kind of shining up the taller trees and whatnot, a little bit darker, but maybe more towards like a blue or a purple or something. That traditional green or that green that you would expect, as you mentioned, and doesn't really seem present. So, you just see this kind of sea of strange looking plants, color leaves and whatnot.
Do I notice any, wildlife, any sort of like fauna, I suppose, like skittering through the undergrowth or in the trees or something? Is it, are there like animated, things that, animals?
At initial glance, no. As you look out, you're not really seeing anything like that. But you take a moment or two to kind of scan about, maybe peek under some of the overgrown. You think you pick up on some tracks and things.
Okay.
Yeah, so there likely is.
Well, that makes sense, because why would you stay above ground if there's no light anyway? Be underground and be safe, and also have your things going on. So Lilith is sort of like going through all the, checklists. You cover the basics also of what this is, what it's not, just getting the basic lay of the land. I'm very excited. This is very exciting.
the trek continues as you go deeper and deeper towards this one specific destination that you're aiming for there. And you notice in the distance a glow of light. It kind of sticks out. It doesn't, isn't from, your sources. It sticks out there, deep to the side of your pathway there.
And what can we detect? What like spectrum of light it's giving off? Like, if it's primarily just visible ranges, or if it's infrared as well, or anything like that. What kind of color are we looking at here?
So from what you can see, at least just, on enhanced vision there, a little bit of a bluish tint to it.
Okay.
It's more of a glow because it's coming, again, you've got all this brush and whatnot. So you're just seeing like as if somebody, had a glowing light within a plant.
Well, I mean, that's very odd. I mean, there's not supposed to be any light here whatsoever. My first instinct is to walk slowly towards it. Try to be a little cautious, admittedly, but
Vax, don't touch it.
I would never. Wait, is touching the one that you do with your eyes or your hands?
Your hands.
Uh,
Don't make contact with it.
Okay, noted.
I'll lean over to Fax and be like, that wasn't a don't go towards it. That was a don't touch it.
I mean, look, I can look with my eyes. I'm just gonna go closer and we'll see what's what, and we'll be fine. Nothing bad is gonna happen. This is reality. It's not like some sort of horror movie or anything like that.
Of course, this is just a rote scientific expedition.
Yeah, of course, right? Like
I've seen no evidence of something scary out here. Just little tracks of
What could
animals.
go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it's dark and it's not stormy. At least there's not that, right? So yeah, we'll be fine.
It's fairly temperate from what I can tell. The air quality here is different, but not bad. I don't see why not. What I'm gonna do is I'll position myself as the midpoint between Fax and the rest of the group, so that's sort of like try to disguise the fact that Fax is going off in this direction. If we can, just like if I can like kind of cover the angle.
Yeah. So as you look and you see, one of the androids make its approach towards this light, and Fax, you get up that way, and it's really hard given all the leaves in the brush here to be very quiet, and you have the issue with the heavier gravity as you kind of you almost have to pull and drag your legs that way. So you do make a little bit of noise, and you do see the light kind of jitter, seem to move a little bit one way and then it takes off another, as if maybe it's not sure what to do, and it begins taking off. And all of you see this light just kind of moving through the underbrush there, and then you hear just and then you just see the leaves just almost parting, and that little light just seems to disappear, and then something run off. You think or hear something rush off into the distance there. Everyone, roll 1d10. Or actually, first, sorry. Let's do fear checks first.
And
your android friends are nearby, close enough. So yeah.
Yeah.
Prachi and Torque, disadvantage.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Disadvantage for the whole group?
For you and Torque, I will say that the androids don't give it to each other.
Okay.
I
failed.
So
it
just
at
to double check
59.
just to understand that I make sure that I understand properly, it's 2d10. I'm supposed to roll under my fear amount.
Yeah, well, D100 is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then I got 15.
Okay, that should be a success. Prachi?
Failed at a 59.
Okay.
I succeeded with a 42, and then it was a disadvantage.
Oh.
I got a 66.
Okay.
I passed.
And that is below, and that's a critical success there. Not really any big benefit to that in this specific situation. But then Torque.
Torque failed both of them with the worst was a 90, so 90 over my 32.
All right.
Brutal.
So Prachi and Torque, go ahead and roll 1d10.
And that's a 9.
1.
Okay, so Prachi, you'll take 1 point of stress, but
Oh,
Torque, you're gonna take.
no.
You said 9.
Yeah.
All right, so you're up to 11. You're in double digits.
Oh,
Starting
man.
off strong. You didn't expect anything threatening or otherwise to be on this planet with you, and you're here in the darkness. Other than the lights that you bring, and you can't help but process that unmistakable experience of something just horrendously charging through and engulfing whatever this little thing was, this light source, like that. So
Torque definitely like jumps back and was like, wait, whoa, I did not sign up for this. This was not part of the contract that I signed to get on this assignment. I thought I was just coming down here to find a spot. They didn't tell me anything, but they told me about vegetation. They didn't tell me about animals.
It's okay though. It's okay. We're totally fine. They ran away, right? Like there's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, you're not bioluminescent, are you? Do you glow in the dark?
Yeah.
Torque physically checks himself and is like, no, I don't glow.
I mean, so long as we
you
keep
are
an
holding
eye
a
on-
flashlight though, there, Torque.
Yeah, we'll just go all dark, and then you won't have to see anything scary.
or anything at all. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead.
I don't know if that makes sense to me.
Sure. Well, you can stand in the middle, and then we'll just, if something comes and we're glowing, we're all glowing, we'll probably be fine. It's just animals hunting prey. They're more scared of you than you are of it, that sort of thing. That's fair. Animals, most of the time, aren't going to harm humans unless you really step in it. Sometimes humans really step in it, though, so that's another thing.
I mean, if anything, the animals are more likely to go after the androids. I mean, well, at least me specifically, because I reflect light a lot more than you do. So, just shine your light at me, and that way I'm more of a target.
Yeah, they're shiny. You're not as shiny. You're a little shiny right now. There's a lot of...
a little sweat, little fierce.
But we're still shinier. You'll be fine. We should just get going.
Okay, all right.
We get inside. The animals can't get inside. It's fine.
All right, let's go.
Torque, is this conversation helping or hurting?
It is not helping.
All right, give me a panic check then. D20, you're looking to roll over your stress, which is at an 11.
I got an 11.
Okay, I will say, because generally in Mothership, you have to go below the score here, so not a meet it, beat it situation, and just because this was a good entry here that I saw. So, Paranoid says, for the next week, whenever someone joins your group, make a fear save or gain 1 point of stress.
Perfect. As long as we don't find anybody here, I'll be fine.
I love how we have 2 androids that are causing disadvantage on fear checks, and then also on top of that are glib and are not trying to help at all.
Look, we may understand humans, but I feel like taking the piss out of them, like making them making jokes is how we enjoy ourselves.
Yeah,
right?
it's funny. There's so much. There's not that much to be afraid of.
Yeah.
There's some stuff to be afraid of.
And Torque is finding it all.
So we found out who the Shaggy of the group is.
Zoink, Scoo.
Let's get out of here.
Press on.
Yes, let's
Okay.
hit forth.
You continue forward. Definitely maybe kind of going a little to the side of where you heard this strange occurrence of something rushing through the lush undergrowth there, and you travel a little bit, a little bit more. It seems like you're traveling for quite a while, maybe a good half hour at this point. We're going on, and once again, see another glow in the distance. This one a little bit brighter though, and you can see that it sticks up above. It's not buried within the growth there. As you get a little closer, you can see that actually it looks like a tripod of lights. Very narrow, like tripod or cone, with 3 tube lights point at the top that come down. And it's kind of like a slow pulsing light that it gives off. And it's similar to, it's like a bluish green, similar to what you had just seen, that small little glow in there, and it just slowly is pulsing there in the distance.
And my first urge is to go towards the light. But I remember that Torque didn't like that last time, and I'm trying to be a better friend. So Torque, do you think we should hang back? What do you think we should do with the lights? I don't want you to jump out of your skin.
I mean, as long as the light stays away from me and doesn't make any growling sounds like that last one did, I'll be fine.
Okay.
But he does want to hand out his chem light to the android, and have him hold it as they're inspecting the light. Just gently as he's talking, he's reaching out his chem light, like, you hold this for me.
Of course. And I take the chem light, and I already have one in my other hand. So I put one away, whatever. And I slowly walk towards the light, trying to, again, be silent and trying to figure out something about what these glowing lights are.
Just to clarify there, to clarify, Torque, so you have, probably more of a traditional flashlight hand torch thing. The chem lights would be kind of like a short, like a glow stick, you would snap and turn on. So
okay.
Yeah, so you're probably utilizing that hand torch now.
Okay.
So that either you could just turn that off.
Yeah, I'll snap it off then.
Okay.
All right.
As opposed to handing over. Yeah. All right. Just to make clarification there.
So and I thought you were giving me a gift. So disappointing. So disappointing.
There'll be more.
So with that, the Torque extinguishes his light there. So a little bit kind of goes out, and still, 10 yards away from this light source there, and a little bit kind of comes through. Again, good number of trees here that interrupt the beam of the light there. Sorry, Fax, did you say you were heading towards that?
I was trying to figure out if there was anything that I could do to try to figure out what this is, but none of my skills really help me there. So I am just going to slowly approach and hope something pops out that seems does it seem like technological, or does it seem like biological? Am I able to?
Definitely technological. It's definitely human made.
Okay.
Yeah, Lilith.
Would I have reason to believe that this is? So we're heading to we're heading to a place to set up a research.
Yeah, so there's nothing on the planet. You're just looking for, from especially surveying over top, there was a patch, an open clearing within that you're going to check out. It will need minimal clearing of the existing forest. So it's we can plop a research station here. That's where you're heading to just do further survey to make sure. Yeah.
So would I have reason to believe that these flashing lights might be, I'm going maybe so Galaxy Brain is coming back around to just absolute nonsense, because of sci-fi horror. Are these the probes that they sent ahead of us to check out a little bit of landscape before they just dropped us on a planet? And I don't know, I'm getting research vibes of okay, these are lights that are breaking out these hunters or these predators that are
I really
chasing
think that's
after
what
them.
Prachi would think, and would say more than likely, if we've been sent down here, those are probes that have been sent ahead. So let's not get ahead of ourselves about them being something unsettling or unnerving. And in this moment, I think she's calling on just every bit of training she has had so far. With the one stress, I think she can still do that. But she's saying that, Lilith, agreeing with you, mostly to, I think, try to convince herself that it's not anything to be worried about.
Yeah, so are you going to go up towards it as well? there, Prachi, or?
I think so, with not gun drawn, but just very aware of my surroundings.
Okay. Yeah, so you whoever heads up to it, so I know Fax, Prachi heading up towards that at least, and you
I'll
see
stay
as
with
you
Torque.
okay, so you stay a little bit behind, and as you get closer to that, the other two of you, you can see these three lights. There's this kind of like tripod-like structure. There's little feet at the bottom of each light, called long tube lights, and a structure there. It really seems to be just this light source. There's a little bit of a central, probably like power source battery or something like that. Prachi, go ahead and make an intellect check. I'll let you use military training if you like to add to that. So that being a trained skill, you're going to add 10% to your intellect. So also I'll mention to the chat, I updated the Moonbounce bucks. You all, once per session, can add a 10% roll to the group if you like. So be something like a D4 in 5e games, +1 in Savage Worlds, and Mothership here, a 10% that I'll just kind of keep track of as a group bonus. So
Thank you, chat.
spend those if you like, and we'll get those earned up. Prachi, do we have a roll?
Yeah, 16, which is a success.
16, that is a success. Fantastic. All right. So you see this here, and as much as you're trying to say this is a probe, this is just coming ahead, you quickly are like, no, this is not. This is basically a light source here. This has been set up by something here. It is not. In learning that information, I think, go and take a point of stress.
Yeah.
Because you realize it's not what you wanted it to be. So I've got you at 4 points there.
Yeah.
All right.
And you mentioned before it looked like it's human made essentially.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So there's other people here then. This is not ideal.
No.
No.
What if we destroyed it? Does that solve the problem? I feel like destroying things solves problems.
That's my go-to, I'll be honest.
But if we destroy it, then they know that somebody else is here, just like we know that they're here.
Oh, and that's a problem because
I don't know. I just feel like if they're not supposed to be here and they know that somebody else is here that is not supposed to be there, there might be a problem.
oh,
What the problem is, they might be up to something nefarious. Who
Oh,
knows?
that's right. They might be bad.
Or they could be good and we could be the baddies. You never know.
Yeah, I always think about that. We could be the baddies.
We're
We do have
definitely
military
not the baddies. We're military support. How could we be the baddies?
I mean, I do have the Eat the Rich patch, so obviously I'm one of the good ones. But
I wear my Big Smile Big Brothers watching patch just so I don't have to deal with problems. It's like getting my dad. This is totally out of it. My dad bought me like a police supporter bumper sticker to like get them off my back. Like, good looking out, Dad. Anyway, sorry, sidetracked.
Torque, seeing that it's not dangerous, will come into the clearing, and he wants to inspect what it essentially is, just to see if he can figure out what it is and what it's doing here.
Yeah. So you just head forward, and you can see, as described, it's just 3 tube lights with a little contraption. Looks like it kind of folds up, in a little bit more manageable device. But yeah, 3 lights. It's got a power source in the middle. It's really all it is. It's just very, very slow. It doesn't like the pulse doesn't go out to to turn off. It's just a brightness a little bit in and out of a bluish green, slowly pulsing here in the.
Is there anything else in the clearing, looking at these, or is it just this tube lighting?
As you look around, you don't see anything else.
Can I look to
You
see
scan
what
the
it's
area.
lighting up? Like, what is it pointing towards? Like, what is it lighting up?
Just the area, really. It's just 3. It's like a tent, TP.
So could
there.
it be like a landing beacon of some variety, or like
Could be, perhaps.
Would that be
Yeah.
reasonable to assume?
That's what I would assume. Some sort of aerospace type of signal.
Yeah.
If people are bad and they set this up, then we should leave.
Yes, examining the thing that might
Yeah.
attract other people. Not ideal in my mind.
We have taken a significant risk checking this out, but I think it was worth it.
No.
This is a cool
We're not
life.
being antisocial. We're being careful.
Be
Yes.
careful.
Yeah.
That's what the humans always telling us to like be more like interested in what people do. This is a human-made technology. We're looking at it. Get off my back.
I think we have a duty to see what left this here. We need to know if this planet is safe for everybody else.
And right on cue, you hear in the near distance, it's something, you hear the footfalls and crunching through the leaves, and you hear a similar growl that you did before when that small little glowing orb got snatched up.
Humans are so good at this. They say a thing shouldn't happen, and then it happens right after.
Yeah, it's like something about tempting fate. I'm not sure.
Oh, God. What is this thing? We got everybody get behind us.
Yeah, and
I
yes,
throw myself in front of
actually,
Torque.
everybody get behind me. We are now entering defensive formation.
I
Okay,
protect
go ahead and
Torque.
give me another round of fear checks, though.
A disadvantage, yeah?
For Parachi and Torque, yes.
God damn.
I got a 63.
Oh,
So I'm good.
man.
I got a 100. Or sorry, no, I got a 78. If I got a 100, that would be even worse. But still, bad. I failed.
Okay, so
I also failed at 51.
all right, everyone that failed, take 1 point of stress. Torque,
69. Nice.
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 What a failure.
But it's a failure. Yeah.
okay. So tensions continue to grow as something lurking seemingly in the distance nearby.
Everyone remain calm. There's nothing to be afraid of.
I am not remaining calm. I am reaching into whatever bag I have to pull out the combat shotgun that I had in my kit because I am freaking.
Hey.
Torque, I need you to stay steady, man.
Oh, I'm steady. I'm just preparing. That's all.
That's fine.
I'm like a
That's
Boy
fine.
Scout. I'm just
Fine.
getting my stuff in order to be prepared.
You once again hear the growls, but this time they seem a little bit closer, but from a different side of the group.
Torque
Prachi is
immediately spins
definitely
that way.
pushing Lilith and Fax behind her. Like, gesturing.
You are the humans.
Yeah, you really value inorganic life. We appreciate
That's really
that.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll remember you.
Okay, stop talking. I need to hear where the growl is coming from.
Gets a little closer from behind you.
Torque
I'm
just
gonna
keeps
spin
spinning
around.
wherever he hears the growl. He spins to. He
Yeah.
is definitely on like
Same,
on
Does
pins and needles.
same.
does the growl sound like intelligent growling? Like, is it a linguistic growling?
Oh, because I got linguistics too.
Oh.
Amazing. It's a great question.
Give me, go ahead. You can make intelligent checks with linguistics, which linguistics is a, what level is that? Trained or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, trained. Yep. So 10% above your score there to add. The group does have 10% available as well. So whenever you want to utilize that.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, whoever gave that to us.
I got a 61. No, that's how that goes. Yeah, 2D or D100. Yeah.
D100. Yep.
Yeah, 61.
61 with your skill that will succeed because that bumps
Hey.
you up to a 68. So
Nice.
awesome. And Lilith.
I got a 95.
Okay, that's a failure there. So you'll take a point of stress there, Lilith, for the
All right.
failure. So Lilith, you aren't sure whether if you have that thought or not. Anyway, but I know Fax, you had that thought, and you can with the success you can confirm that it is not.
Oh, unfortunate. I think we might want to get out of here, y'all. That's not a smart growl. That's an angry growl. That's a predator growl.
It
Let's
continues
go.
to.
Let's go.
You see it and hear it. You hear it to continue and feel closer and closer. Torque and Prachi, as you look out, you now see plants breaking on their own,
Oh shit.
one by one by one in the near distance. Something is stomping the plants, but there is nothing there.
Prachi like yells, "It's invisible! It's invisible!" Do you guys have does either Fax or Liz have any kind of infrared? Do you have heat vision? Do you have anything?
I'm pushing
me
people
where it
all
is.
to run. I'm just already like pushing Prachi. Let's go. Let's run. Let's start.
Everyone, give me sanity saves before we take off.
Oh god damn it!
Oh boy.
Oh man, this disadvantage is just
Nope,
screwed.
sanity is straight for
Oh.
everyone. Yeah, this is a different.
Oh nice. Okay, cool. Let me reroll then.
Well, I got a 69 nice, but I have a 24 sanity, so that's not gonna do it.
I have an 86 and a 39 sanity, so no, I fail.
Succeed 13.
Very nice. Torque?
Torque fails with a 54 over 35.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so the androids both pick up a point of stress, as does Torque. You know, I mean, there's some strange things out there, but something invisible like this even throws the androids for a little bit there. Yeah, you begin. So, yeah, you see this little moment of like, that doesn't make any sense, and begin taking off. Go ahead, everyone, and make speed checks at disadvantage because of the gravity.
There it is. Yeah, the disadvantage really. I had a 23 and now it's an 81.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I have to
can
roll with
I-
disadvantage too. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I get worse.
Sorry.
Torque, I'm gonna give you straight roll because of 0G. It's kind of the opposite here, but I'll say like you're able to adjust to it a little bit.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Rachi?
Can I convince you to let me add either military training or athletics?
Absolutely, and everyone
Right.
else can if you have something else. But yeah,
Then that makes me succeed.
yeah, absolutely. That's the way to utilize skills for sure. Using one of those for that. So good. Okay. So you, yes, facts.
Oh yes, I got a 72.
Okay.
I'm not-
All right. So if you failed the roll, add another point of stress. I think both androids and Torque, that wasn't a crit fail, right? Just a
No,
regular
it's
fail.
not. It was,
Okay.
well, 95.
Nope. Only doubles.
Okay.
So I've got everyone at 5 stress other than Torque at 14.
He's freaking out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Prachi,
Torque.
you just you go back to that training. You just sit into it and boom, you take off running, and you are able to, even this strange heavy kind of weight pull on you because of the gravity, you move through it and you get out there and get in a direction away where you need to go. The androids, you both take off as well, with Torque in the middle or right behind, and trying to make your escape from whatever the hell this is. And the three of you feel something pierce into the back of each of you. Small little, like almost needle poke into each of you. Facts. Everyone. Oh, here, let me roll that. Okay, because you're running away, it's just 1 point of damage all around. So I'm going to take 1 point of damage.
Just a point of clarification, since I do have armor of 7.
Yes,
so
you're
it's
right.
nothing.
You're right.
Okay.
Yep. So I think everyone actually does have armor. That's what I didn't grab. Prachi, what's your armor?
I have an AP 7 because of my standard battle dress.
Yep.
Do
Lilith?
I add anything to that?
5.
5. You do not, Prachi. Facts?
I also have the 7. I believe it was battle dress.
Okay. And then Torque? 1?
I only have the standard crew attire. Does that?
1 AP.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, with that, so the needles do come out and they hit each of you. You can tell that they hit, but luckily for the androids, there's no penetration there. It does hit, and it kind of just what the armor that you have on helps out. Torque, unfortunately, it does hit in, and you can kind of feel it, but it's very insignificant. But now you're basically your gear is it's got a hole in it. It's ripped like that. So. Comes in. I'll actually say that you don't lose your armor yet for this. It's just this little needle here.
Okay.
But yeah, you kind of just take off running as you all feel this come in. If you turn back, if you do, when you do, nothing seems to be on your tails.
Well,
The growling seems to stay in that distance close to where that light source was.
Apparently, Torque, you were right. We should be a little bit more cautious. I apologize.
I also apologize.
Yeah, is everybody okay, though? Like, anybody hurt?
Torque is looking at him sort of just all over the place. He sees like the rip in the standard and tire. He's like, these are my good blues.
I can repair that for you. It's not a problem. I got a sewing kit back at the ship. It'll be fine.
You see, if you see that needle there, Torque, and pull it out. If you do whatever, pull it out. It's a good, 2 or 3 inches long. It's maybe, it's definitely thinner than a pencil diameter. Quite a bit. I'm trying to think of closer, more like a nail, I guess, in diameter. And it's almost fully translucent as well.
Okay. Does it, and if you don't mind, Torque, and I try to pluck it out of your hand and I examine it and I'm like, does it look, organic?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to step on your toes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Is there any, like, judging by where it came from, is there any, like a juice, venom, something coming from it?
It's tough to see, but let's see. I'd say by the naked eye, you don't really notice anything with it that gives that
all right,
gives a sense of that.
We will examine it later. I've produced like a little sample tube, like a little test tube with a top on it, and hold it open for whoever has it to drop it in.
And I put it in there and I make a label. It says unidentified. Wow, I was going to make a UFO joke, but it doesn't really fit with the acronym, does it? No, unidentified monster. There we go.
Monster. Yeah, I'll just place it on the side like it's no big deal. Like, yes, this is normal.
Yeah.
Put it in the back.
Torque, are you in any pain?
Mentally or physically?
No, physically. Do we need to back?
Because right now I'm a little of both. I kind of don't want to be on this planet anymore.
We'll get you some R&R after, but right now, are you bleeding out of anywhere that we need to sew up?
No, I'm not bleeding anywhere. I'm good.
All right, let's charge ahead.
Yeah, I love this place.
Taking a moment to
right,
collect
Ozzy.
yourself and gather yourselves, so you then do continue forward, because you are here for a task. There is a substantial payday on the other end of completing that, of course. So you move forward and continue on through the forest here. You're getting closer, according to the rough schematics you drew up where this location was. You probably have another maybe half hour to get to this clearing to investigate that. And you continue on. You do come across another one of these tripod lights once again.
After you, everybody, let's keep going.
Well,
I'm avoiding it this time.
yeah, I was about to say, last time we went through the clearing with the light. I think we should go around the clearing. Does anybody
Yes.
argue with that?
Excellent
No,
idea.
that sounds great.
I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but
No,
it
that's
definitely
an
feels
excellent
like
idea.
we should go around it.
third time's the charm. Let's go right up to the. No, I go around.
This time, being cautious based on, given what you've recently experienced, you take a wide berth around this next source of light here, and seemingly no issue. Move
Turns
past
out
it.
there are some things to be afraid of here, which, you know what? I'm glad that the cause and effect, I learned something certainly today. So
Yeah, and they say that you can't learn anything from humans. I've learned several things today.
I've learned quite a few things today.
Yeah, exactly.
The next, the rest of the travel into the spot is tense, but luckily uneventful. You don't come across any more of these, light fixtures, and eventually it comes up and use the clearing here as it opens up, and it's pretty sizable. It definitely seems like this would be a suitable location as long as the ground is stable and everything else for the company to come down and create this research station here. You now are free to kind of move about, survey, observe, collect data, etc. as you need.
Marjorie will just do what her task in this moment is, which is to sort of just be security for the work that's being done. So it's sort of just taking around the perimeter and generally sort of giving everybody the room they need to work.
Okay. What I like to do, this is absolute shenanigans. I have the mathematics skill. So I want to be inspecting the planet, but in a very particular way. A lot of patterns in nature on Earth are modeled after the Fibonacci, the golden ratio, stuff like that. Can I use mathematics skill to just see if this planet also follows those rules, and if I can sort of make any deductions from that? I don't really expect any like nature-y information from this, but I'm trying to use that as a sort of filter for how I'm examining the space. And also I'll measure the space with mathematics, because that's also, I have to measure it anyway, but that's not as fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, not anything you'd need to make a roll for. This would just be a matter of, you having that skill and ability, so you are able to go ahead and do so. So the four of you, as you need, as you want, can go out and begin surveying the area here, collecting samples, collecting data as you need, whatnot. So spending time to do so there. So however long, 15, 30, good hour or whatever it takes there, you continue to do so here, still under the cover of this darkness. Luckily, not really noticing anything during the majority of that time. Towards the end of your investigations, there is the sound of some of the brush and whatnot towards the edges of this clearing from within the forest there. As you hear something like a twig snap or plants like that in the distance nearby.
I definitely checking, like collecting everybody and letting anyone know who hasn't heard to back up behind me and assume that same defensive position we had before.
Yeah, I think Torque would have been hypersensitive to noises even while he was collecting his data. So hearing a twig snap and the brush sort of brush like that, he would immediately step up and move to the center of the clearing, back to where his stuff was, and probably drop his data pad and pick up his shotgun again.
Yeah, and I basically, circle in with everybody else, taking defensive positions just in case.
Yeah, I'll take the time to do that too.
All right. So just immediately defensive positions as the four of you kind of come together, noticing this movement, this sound at the edge of the clearing, and you hold for a moment there, and it seems quiet, and then eventually there's you hear a little bit of a sizzle, like a crack sizzle, and from where that comes from, this bright green light, which you would recognize as that of like a chem light, bursts on, and it illuminates three figures, two of them holding rifles, kind of like holding them up but pointing to the ground, behind one individual that's holding the light. And they throw it out into the clearing at your feet, to then, like themselves then going into darkness, and the four of you now being illuminated by this chem light there in the center there.
Can I pick one up and throw it back at them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do, and you go back, and it re-illuminates these three individuals, and the one that threw it goes down, grabs it, picks it up, and then they slowly begin to move towards you all. You see that they look to be, humanoid in structure, in build, just wearing gear similar to Torque, other than having the rifles. One of them, the one that had the chem light, there's a heavy kind of blade that hangs off their hip. And then they all also have these heavy goggles that each of them wear.
I thought we were the only people on this planet.
Thought so too.
And one of them steps forward and pulls up the goggles, and you see what looks to be a feminine-looking individual, this long kind of braid that goes over her shoulder, and she steps forward and says, "Well, so did we. Well, at least the only other humans."
Are there other non-human peoples here besides us? We're non-human people, but a different type of non-human people?
Things. Yeah.
Invisible things?
Kind of points to the goggles and says, "Not completely invisible."
So they have a heat signature? Are they endothermic?
I need to interrupt. I'm sorry. Ma'am, we are with Icarus QL 280 survey expedition. Need to understand, are you and your folks from an assigned survey team? What are you doing on this planet? We were informed that we would be the first people to step foot on this planet.
She kind of looks back to her counterparts and looks back to you, Prachi, and says, "We're not here on official business. And sounds like you're definitely not here for the same reasons we are. But that puts you all at quite a disadvantage to not know what you're dealing with."
And how long have you been here on unofficial business? And can you get us up to speed so we're less disadvantaged?
Perhaps.
Is that a yes? Is that a no? Do you want something from us?
We have money. We come from. This is a job.
Yeah.
We can give you money if you want.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pay for fuel and all that. So, what's the nature of y'all's business?
I'm just glorified.
She is very definitively keeping quiet because this is not her strong suit.
I'm just a glorified
I got us
trolley,
here, now you guys deal with it.
I have no use other than like lifting things. That's everybody else can negotiate. I'm just curious and make jokes. That's all I do.
Well, I'm also not good with people, but we our friend here is quite scared. Do you have any shelter that we can talk this out in? Is that
Torque stands up and he says, "Yeah, I'm the scared one. Listen, we got here. We are here on a contract. I'm just here to survey the area to see if there could be a research place, sort of right about this place here. We've gathered our data. We could probably get back to our ship and head on out of here without any trouble, if that's okay with you."
she kind of steps to the side almost, and gestures like after you, like, by all means, but there will certainly be trouble unless y'all are prepared. And you hear a little bit of a kind of like a grunt of laughter from behind her as one of the other individuals makes a side remark, just says, "Let there be good bait."
Oh.
Doubtful. I'm made out of metal. I'm pretty sure they don't want to eat me. But how can we be more prepared? What have you found that is able to stop these things? Have you been able to find out any information about them? Is it more than one thing? Is it just one large thing that moves quickly? Like, tell us everything you know, please. We'll make it worth your while.
Also, if you could start with who the hell you are, that would be great.
That's probably helpful too. Yeah, thank you.
But less important, I would say.
Yeah, less important. Like,
if you would say the first part.
The first part will keep us alive. The second part will ensure that, like, we can trust the information. So, like, I suppose equally important ultimately, but like.
But if we have to choose one.
Yeah, do you value trust or life more? Like,
if we choose one, I would go for the first one, because the second one is sort of irrelevant if we don't have the first one.
Man, This one could just talk the creature to death.
Yeah, they can.
They say that a lot about us, I think.
So the female steps forward and she introduces herself and says, "Yes, I think introductions would be good. Good place to start. I'm Shara. I am here, the guide of this group, and this is Roguez." Points to the kind of larger brute fellow, a little bit more of a tactical gear than the other two, and this is Bim. They are a pioneer with us, helping with the expedition as well.
Bim.
We're here on a hunt.
Under whose purview?
Who cares if they're hunting? They can get rid of that thing. Let's just let them hunt. Let them hunt that big thing.
I'm not gonna stop them. I just want to know who else is here.
I'd rather know what it is, but also if you have a purview, I guess that's something that we would like to know. I look over at Prachi, just like, right? I'm trying to support you. I don't know why we need this information. I'd rather have the other information, but I'm trying to back you up here.
What my friend said.
Well, there's a big prize on bringing one of these things home as well. And, I'm not too sure that sharing that information would be to benefit of us.
So you could tell us how not to get killed by it without telling us how to kill it. Because I assure you, we have no interest in taking your prize. We just want to get back mostly intact.
Or second
I want to
option.
get back all intact.
Yeah, true. We don't want to leave you behind, Torque. But there is a second option. You could tell us how to kill it and help us kill it, or vice versa. And
we're not here to kill it.
Oh, that changes things. Yes.
We're here to catch it.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
So
That seems okay.
Even better. We just tell us how not to get killed by it. Yeah. We'll be on our way, and we'll try to stay out of your hair, please. I don't even I don't want to.
Y'all are clearly unprepared for what you're dealing with.
Yes, we are asking for help because we are unprepared.
Yeah, you gotta be able to learn on the fly, and if we're unprepared, we're more than willing to take any sort of aid you can offer us.
Well, I'm sure you noticed on the way in some of our lights.
Oh,
we did,
yours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, whatever the hell these things are, they're attracted to it.
Oh.
Told you we should turn off our lights.
So, she looks back to her counterparts one more time and gives a little bit of a shrug and says, "You can come with us, escort on the way out. Keep an eye out for what we're after. Don't know what we're gonna run into when we do. So maybe some extra hands could be useful to wrangle this thing up. But you come along with us, we'll help escort you back to your ship. Or the alternative is, as I said, no light sources. So.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean,
What do you think, Prachi? Torque, like,
I'm very curious about who sent you here because we thought this was an uncharted planet. That's why we're here doing the survey. But not only does whoever sent you know about this planet, but you know about the creatures on it and you know how to trap them. So obviously you're way ahead of the game than we are.
Well, the world is a big place there.
She looks at Torque. It's like,
You know, these
Cause like,
these big company types, these corporations, they probably know about this stuff as well. But do the four of you think you really agree to a situation coming down to a mysterious planet of some invisible stalking creature to do your little survey?
Listen,
Either you'll say no, or they're gonna have to pay a lot more.
if
for
I
you to
was
do it.
told there was a stalking creature, I wouldn't have taken the job. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there's a good chance your company knows damn well what's going on here.
I look over at Fax's patch.
I'm sorry, at my what?
Your patch.
Oh, yes. I thought you said hatch, and I'm like, hold on a second. This is a very different game.
Yeah.
No, and I'm like, I'm fully aware that our companies do not have the best interest, our best interest at heart. But like, at this point, I have our best interest at heart, and I just want to get us out of here. We can deal with like the ideological and political ramifications of this at a later date.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. This the safety of the group is paramount. Everything else comes second.
There's a kind of cock of the rifle by Roguez there, and he says, "Well, been on this damn place long enough. Y'all coming with us or not?"
Yup.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, it
What
sounds
other
like-
choice do we have?
Sounds like that's the best plan for us. Hey, you got any more of those cool goggles?
Shrugs and says, "Sorry, do not. Just stick close."
Oh, I'll be close.
Torque, go ahead, give me a fear save.
You know,
At disadvantage, unfortunately.
Oh
I
man.
bet he has an extra pair of goggles, but he just doesn't want to give it.
By the way, how close do you want us to stay? Because I have some rope that I could tie us all together. I feel like that would ensure that we don't get separated a lot easier.
First one was a 66. Second one was a 76. Both are over my fear.
Okay, so in that situation, the worst of the two is that critical failure. So
Man.
instead of just 1 point of stress, go ahead and roll 1d10.
Here we go.
This could be
guys.
really bad.
Another 9. So I'm up
9?
to, yes. So I'm up to over my 20.
Okay, so 6 points there, and then reduce your fear score by 3. You, from the earlier conversations, I think that's where it came from with the androids. Is you kind of panicked a little bit and became paranoid, and the rest of your group has just invited these 3 strangers to join you, and it's very difficult for you to process the benefits of them joining. You don't think that this is beneficial, unfortunately, given those previous conversations and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah, you are on edge.
Are we able to? How visibly on edge are you?
Torque?
Yeah.
I would say he's pretty like he's probably very, very fidgety right now. Like he is definitely twitchy and not understanding what the heck is going on right now.
And I think I would just, while staying in clear sight of you, just to make sure that you're not like threatened by me in any way. I know that we're familiar, but just to know that I'm approaching you. I reach up, I pat you on the shoulder. I'm like, everything will be okay. We're gonna get out of here. I'll protect you, Torque. I'll make sure that you can get home and tell a great story about this. Trying not to make a joke. These events. Here we go. It's a very sweet and heartwarming thing for a robot to say.
While he's telling me this, I'm searching for some sort of comfort. So I
was just gonna ask, to be honest, do you have any like vices, like maybe alcohol, cigarettes, or anything else?
No, I don't think he has any of those vices, but he does, as he's like sort of just trying to like think, he's touching the patch and he looks at it and he just starts chuckling because it's the patch of a red shirt. So he's sort of like, of course, that's exactly what's going on here. Yes, go to a weird planet, just touch down, feed your cat, get on the planet, start getting killed by things. Yeah, that's it. And he looks at the patch, but then he goes to his pocket and he pulls out the key to his childhood home, and he's like, okay, I just need to get back. And that's about the same time,
no place like home,
that Fax said that we'll get you back. And
so as Fax, Fax comes over, and as the android, hand on your shoulder, and the words from it seem to kind of help and give a moment of calm. And I'll say in this brief moment here, I'll allow a quick comfort roll here, and given the to Torque here. So with the words from Fax and then having the key, you can make this at advantage. So go ahead and roll. Comfort is... it's just roll a D100 at advantage. Really low number we got to get, though. I'm going for...
Percentile lights don't like me, but 26 was the first one. And 32 was the second one, so okay. 26.
Unfortunately, that's not enough because it's a 15 target number. Really tough. You're out in the open and whatnot. You do have some things to comfort you, but there's an opportunity. But it still doesn't provide any comfort there.
Okay.
In that sense. So, with that, the other three, Shara, Bim, and Roguez move forward. Kind of Shara puts her goggles back down, and they kind of move out. Bim and Roguez kind of flank out to either side of the rest of you, allowing the four of you to kind of get behind them. And they begin trekking back into the forest. Give you a little heads up of, what their process is going to be to head out to these light sources and kind of sit and wait, dance between them to try and pull in whatever this creature is. And so the now 7 of you slowly head back into the forest there, probably killing your light sources and having a way to hold on to each other so you stay walking. And with that, we're going to take our break.
Yes.
Yay.
Great stuff, everyone. Bounce House, thank you so much for being here with us. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break. So take a break with us, stretch out, refill beverages as you need, and then come back and we'll see what we get into for the rest of our adventure. If these 3 mercenaries can help out or hinder our adventures. So thank you all for being here. We'll see you in a little bit, about 35 after the hour. See you then. hello everyone. Welcome back. Hope you are back with us for second half here as we get back into it. So, we left off as our group had made it to their destination point on this planet, this open clearing in the forested area, to begin their survey of the planet, survey the area to find a place for a potential research station. The trip in, they had come across strange noises in the forest, including these two light structures, and running into that strange creature or whatever it was, seemingly invisible, nearby one of the structures once again. Towards the end of their surveys, their investigations of the area, 3 individuals came forward, made themselves known, heavily armed and wearing some seemingly infrared night vision goggles of the sort, and letting the group know that they were there to hunt and capture whatever this beast creature was. Didn't really care what the 4 of them, their business was, and offered to escort them back to their ship if they would like. So we pick back up as the 7 of you have entered back into the forest and begin trek back in.
I don't know if there's a Mothership version of an insight check, but like these folks are coming across super shady, and I don't know if I believe them. Like, do I have to sort of figure that out mechanically in any way?
There is not, there's not a lot of that kind of social aspect, I think. I'll say, let's go ahead and make maybe an intellect check, and then if you have an argument, I don't know if there's a skill that you have. Not really.
I don't.
Yeah, so, I'll call it an intellect check. Just to kind of get a vibe.
The universe wants me to have this. I rolled a 1.
0-1?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. So
Incredible.
with that, you get a good feeling that they're on the up and up.
Okay.
You can tell that in the way that he carries himself and maybe his equipment as well. Roguez seems to be military themselves, or at least had in history of that, former service, something of the nature. So, maybe a little bit of a connection there between the 2 of you.
Okay.
But yeah, they definitely all seem, on the up and up, and maybe run across types like this throughout the
Right.
universe, the galaxy, whatever, here or there. And, this is certainly not out of ordinary, so.
Yeah. So I think grokking that Prachi's probably gonna stick pretty close to them, to Roguez, I mean specifically. And like we'll talk to them about like just weapons and general sort of military things.
Hashtag
Which
just
Prachi
military
would know, but
things.
my toy doesn't.
Yeah, so the 2 of you, initially, maybe have a little bit of shared connection there and whatnot, as you wander in deeper into the forest here. You notice that seems that there's not really any concern for the conversation as well. Shara and Bim seem to conversate here and there, or, with your background, Prachi, I'd say, you're hunting something in the in the forest. You probably want to be quiet, right? But you definitely notice that there's no concern for that.
Prachi will ask about that. Like, should we not be stealthier? Or do these things only have sight and not hearing?
Shara turns and she says, "Yeah, as far as we know, it's It doesn't pick up on sound. Just movement and light is pretty much what it's after. So, hence the taps again on her goggles. The other half of that, though, unfortunately, we can't really help the movement. We got to be moving.
Yeah.
But, you all, Bob, I think you're muted.
Do they all look like they're affected by the movement of the gravity, like we are? Like, you know how we were having trouble
Yes,
moving?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Thank you. Yeah. So everyone is. It's still a little bit slow and labored a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they they say that the sound doesn't really seem to affect it so much as like the movement and the light. And so I asked them, does it seem to have any other anything else that seems to set it off? Any like noxious smells, or does it just seem to primarily hunt using those two senses?
As far as we know, yes, just the two. Hence the light beacons and the pulsing helps a little bit to try and attract them. There's a few other smaller creatures, some of its prey here on the planet that are somewhat bioluminescent, and so it's a little bit of an attempt to simulate that. You saw?
Is that maybe like the initial light source that we saw?
Yeah.
That
for
Lilith
sure.
and Vax saw.
Certainly could have been.
Let me ask you this: what's the evolutionary advantage of being bioluminescent on a planet with no light? What is, like, I don't know, it just seems like a weird thing to develop, right?
She just kind of shrugs as if like, I don't fucking know. Like that's yeah.
Over my pay grade.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the creature is not native to this planet.
Oh,
That's
certainly interesting.
The group does have 2 plus 10%, by the way, to utilize.
Oh,
I feel
thanks.
like
Still,
Bob should
so.
get one of those at least.
just one more. Just one.
Just
no
one.
more. Don't want to be greedy.
As the group needs, yeah. So you continue forward, and you can see in the distance one of these light structures that the group is leading you to, and they kind of like come around, they flank it, and set up an observation point, and begin kind of calling out the plan here. All right, so somewhat of a little bit of a wait and see situation here. Ride it out, and we can observe if this thing comes nearby. Through the goggles, of course, and once it's there, we will then attempt to tranquilize it, and then bind it for capture. Kind of like when she mentions that, Bim kind of gives a little gesture to the rifle, signifying that they have special, tranquilizing rounds in the rifle, not standard ammo.
So the bullets in our guns you don't want us to use those?
That would be preferable. As I said, we need this thing alive to get our payday.
I think I know the answer to this, but I do happen to have a trank gun. Would you happen to have any of those extra rounds? Any rounds that I could have? I don't want you to miss out on your payday, obviously.
Bim comes over and pulls out a few of these little special cartridges, and does hand those over.
Have you tried bullets on it, though? Do you know what bullets do to it? Because maybe it doesn't kill it. Maybe it just hurts it.
This is our first time here, friend.
Oh, okay. I just have so many questions.
Yeah, asking questions tends to get people in trouble. At least in my experience.
Well,
yeah, I can.
Because then you find out answers that you don't want to know.
Well, knowledge is power, bucko, so...
I mean, I have gotten in a lot of trouble asking as many questions as I have, so I am inclined to believe him, but still going to keep asking questions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Anything else the four of you would be doing as this other team kind of seems and sets up?
I think,
Just in wait.
Prachi's talking to Torque for sure on the walk. Because this is very unusual for her that, like, they've been sent to a planet with the idea that, like, you guys are the first ones there and you have to set up, and then, like, not only are there other people here, but, like, they know so much about the planet already. So I think Prachi is definitely kind of, I don't know if looking for reassurance from, basically being like, your company ever send you for shit like this before? Like, tell you one thing and then you find something else?
To you, Torque.
Oh, to me? No. Usually when I'm put out on a contract, I'm just out on my contract. I do as little as possible while I'm out there, and then I collect on my payday. So yeah, I don't understand, why we put out here. Now we're meeting new people who we thought weren't here. So, like, I'd really like to just get back to our ship and get the heck out of here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So we are currently stationed around one of these light tubes, yeah? Is there any, I don't know, is there any disturbances in the brush nearby that would indicate that it has been this way already, or is it fairly pristine? I just want to see what its hunting pattern looks like.
Yeah, so this does seem to be a light source that you haven't come by, and it does look to be that there is not any disturbances, as you said. Yeah.
Appreciate that. I don't know what to do. This thing is so far outside my realm of expertise. It's invisible. It can hunt with just light and sound. That's absurd to me. But I don't know. I'm gonna make sure that my holographic serpentine dancer is set to off instead of on, as it has been this entire session. We don't want anybody to catch up to us.
Question: when they were leading us, did they lead us like further away from our ship, or are we definitely moving towards our ship?
You're going in your general direction, yes.
But
just a
we're
little
at
bit of a different.
We're just at a light source that we haven't seen before.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. How much of a BS, how much shenanigans is this? Could I have hacking, and I have artificial intelligence and computers. Could I hack either myself or Fax with their permission, of course, but like...
No self-hacking. This is a PG. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you have my consent.
No hacking off.
I mean, we have consent.
You can hack me any day. No. Anyway, continue.
Sorry, yes. What were you after, Lilith?
I figured like maybe I could upgrade my fellow android to be better at whatever it is we need to do. Like, let's talk. We can talk it out. See if I can get you some, repurpose some parts or like reprogram something in like maybe even just like in one of the technologies. It doesn't have to be a whole. I don't have to hack a whole person. I'm looking for like things I can like reprogram to. Maybe I can like overclock some of the the goggles to do something extra.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, trying to tweak some of the equipment here. I love it.
I have an idea, if you don't mind me throwing it out.
Go ahead, Fax. Yeah.
Potentially like messing with the lights so that they strobe a little bit more, as if that might throw off its ability to detect things, because it's like bouncing around so much.
Oh, so like kind of like blind it. With like the
blind it as much as you can. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
With science, yeah.
Precisely. I would like to blind it with science.
So
What do I roll to blind it with science?
something like that, I think, would be pretty easy for you to go ahead and just modify these lights to kind of change their pattern or anything else.
Okay,
Like
cool.
that is something that you'd be able to do.
Awesome.
But what I think would be fun is to attempt, if you want, if you want to tinker on facts here, you could maybe try and enhance their
Night vision.
motor skills to maybe kind of bypass, the ill effects of the gravity here.
Oh.
And kind of take away some of the disadvantages of that. So
Maybe make me a little bit faster, give me some running lights, that kind of thing. Just a quick,
I'll put LEDs under the
on the
undercarriage.
undercarriage. Yeah, perfect.
And then you'll
yeah.
we'll put the strobes under. We'll put the strobes on
Yes.
your body.
And then
Yes.
I can be bait.
And then you can dance with your dancer.
Wait, I should not have agreed to that.
Yeah,
So Lilith, go ahead and make an intellect check with AI, we'll say. So that's a plus 20 to your intellect, which is a 40, 50, 69. Nice. Target number there
right.
for that. So go ahead and make that roll.
Come on. Oh my god, it's a 98.
Oh man.
Okay.
So I explode.
Go ahead and
It's not a critical fail. It's not
it is not a critical fail. Let's do. Give me a D10 and then cut it in half.
Cool. We're doing a D5 roll.
D5. So if you have a D5.
So that is a 5 on the die, 2.5. What do we round?
Round up. So
Round up. So 3.
Yeah. Okay. So Fax, your speed goes down by 3 points.
Okay.
I'm at 17 now. So that's very nice. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the help.
I didn't hit anything you were already good at.
No, thankfully. You're just making me worse at the things I was bad at.
I was trying to do something good, and you know what? It
could have been much worse.
It could have been much worse.
I could have been made so fast that I exploded. At least it's not that.
That'd be a way to go, wouldn't it?
I mean, the Flash did that, I feel like.
Yeah. I bet you could see the future and then you die.
Hey, I mean, that'd be nifty.
Isn't that sort of like isn't that a nice mythological?
I mean, look, I'm a very theological robot, right? Like it would be very helpful for me to see the future. Sadly, that is not what happened.
I think the camera, I think the sound blurs out as we're just having this we just keep going on and on.
A voice cuts through as Bim seems to slowly step out. Says, "I have something," and begins kind of moving out and around the light. There's some gestures, some signals going between the group as they all get ready, pulling up their weapons, ready for the potential oncoming attack. And Bim goes and moves around the side there. It's moving it fast. And before anyone even can react, before Bim is able to react, they pull up their weapon and begin unloading. And there's just this loud growl, and you see Bim basically just arm get ripped off, just something just pulled off, just spraying, blood and gore, and they then fall down crying in wild pain as bleeding out. And Rogez and Shara just are losing it, going on about just yelling, screaming, where is it? Back and forth on all confusion. Everyone give me a panic check.
I have a feeling that I'm going to fail it anyway.
You will fail it, but what? So I mean, there's some results that there's actually one result that's good, but
which one's panic? Sorry again.
A D20, and you got to roll over your stress. Everybody else is looking for a 6 or better. Prachi, on a d20.
18 over 5.
You are good. Lilith,
8.
you are good. Fax,
20 over 5.
okay, you are good. And
I got a
Torque,
12 under 20.
a 12. Okay, so haunted is your new condition. So something starts visiting you at night in your dreams. So some of these for the panic table are more long-term effects here. So I'm still working on consolidating some of these. But basically, what this one is that you will have for haunted, I'll say. For fear checks, they will be at disadvantage when you are near the source of your fear. So when this creature is nearby, if you ever have to make a fear check, it's at disadvantage,
Okay.
which is your current condition. So that is that. Okay. So, yeah, any reactions at this time as you see, you all can't see anything other than, this going on. You just saw Bim go down as the other two continue to try and navigate the situation, dancing around, calling out, where is it? So just chaos going back and forth, pulling up their rifles, trying to shoot towards something. And it seems that nothing seems to impact the creatures here.
Can I use, I know rolling is generally considered bad, but can I use mathematics in some way to triangulate the ways in which the shots that have missed, even if I can't see the thing, I would like to be able to at least take a shot at it somehow.
Yeah, see if you can kind of track it down. Absolutely. Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah, give me a mathematics check with probably intellect.
Okay. Intellect. So that would be a 2d10. That would be 91.
Okay. So you unfortunately you're having trouble here kind of tracking that. Take a point of stress for the failure there. And then if you want, I'll say you can still try and take a shot, but it'll be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I will definitely take a shot. And that would be a D20, yeah?
D10 or D100 still. Still D100. And this one is under your combat.
Under my I squeaked in right under the that's a 32.
Nice.
And then with disadvantage though. It's a 99. Oh no.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a So you in the fray, you're trying to track this thing and paying attention to what Rogaz and Shara are doing as they're calling out where it's at. They're spraying bullets towards it. You're trying to get ahead of it, and you turn and you go and you fire a trank towards a position where you think. But in the darkness, another thing that's really hindering what's going on here in the darkness, you release the trank dart and it flies out. And Lilith, you feel something hit against you. And
at least it wasn't Torque.
I thought
I can keep my promise to getting you back home safely. Maybe.
So 1 point of damage, which doesn't apply because of armor for that Lilith, but because of the trank, give me a body save. You are an android, but you do have, some organic, thank you, makeup internally. So there still is an element here. So yeah, go ahead and I'll say because of that, I'll give you advantage on the body save.
Ooh, advantage on the body save. Now, we do have 2 available +10s, right?
And I'll allow you to choose that afterwards.
Oh, after?
So
okay.
Yeah, I'll let you use that afterwards. Yeah.
So I'll just roll this.
Benevolent God.
I'm too nice.
So the first one is 1 point above. So I'm gonna roll again. And I got it, 31. So I got to roll the 35 or 31, and my body's 34.
Okay, so you're good with that. Yeah. So you can feel in your systems, that are connected to you. They tell you that like this is definitely this heavy dosage of tranquilizer that comes into you, but your system yourself, you are able to kind of push that away and understand that. All right, let's not be doing that again.
Right. I did a manual override on I'm using the machine bits to move the organic parts that kind of.
Fax, go ahead and take 1d10 stress for shooting your counterpart. Let me know what that is.
It's a 9.
Okay, so you're up to 15.
Oh, yay.
That's a 999. That's 99 and 9 points.
Yeah.
You'd think repeating numbers would be good, but apparently not.
This is the turn now. You've done your time.
I mean, look, I still have to beat 20. Otherwise, I will have failed.
Anything from Prachi or Torque?
Yeah, can I take a shot with my shotgun?
You can. You can't see anything, so.
Okay. So where okay. So could I possibly use like military training as a skill I have to kind of look for like the movement of the grass or like some kind of shimmering in the air, or basically give me some indication of where this thing
Absolutely. Yep. So similar to Fax as they did as well. So go ahead and probably make that a intellect based
Sweet.
plus military training.
Okay. That's a fail at 52.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and sorry, that would have been now you're good. Okay. Yep. So your shot is definitely going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
The combat. You can use military training again on this.
I
you have firearms,
have
right?
Firearms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Use that. So that'll give you a plus 15 actually.
Sweet. So with disadvantage. No, it's a fail at 97.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to track, and you think you notice where they're going. Again, also utilizing the call out from Shara and Roguez. You just hear this loud blast go off into the forest, and it just kind of sprays out, hits maybe some trees. There's nothing.
Torque is terrified, but he does. How close is he to the body that is
To Bim?
To Bim, yeah.
So Bim kind of like moved out and around. So they kind of went out a little bit they were trying to flank the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you kind of stayed with the group, probably not super close.
Okay. I just know that he has infrared goggles, and if he's not going to use them, and I'm terrified enough that I need to see this thing.
Yeah. So you definitely can get over there. You have movement to get over there if you want.
Okay, I'll definitely move over there and take the infrared goggles and put them on.
Okay.
I know I don't have a tranquilizer gun. I might even pick up his at that point.
Okay. Yeah. So you head over there and you grab the goggles off of them, and just you can see the wound. They're lifeless. They are. That wound was massive. It wasn't just like an arm rip off. It was like, side as well. And they just like lay there lifeless. As you see that, unfortunately, go ahead and give me a panic check.
Okay. Panic check's the D100 again?
Nope, panic is the D20.
Okay. Another 12.
Another 12. So that was I think what we just had, right? Okay.
Yeah, haunted.
Yep. So it just kind of reinforces nothing additional there for that. So you just continue to deal with the situation here, but you are able to rush over, grab the goggles off of Bim. They are covered in blood and whatnot, but you think they'll still be functional. Throw them on, and initiate those. Probably something you may have some experience with. Then immediately, you have to adjust, the eyes adjust, and everything kind of goes this, dark, but then there's like slight illuminations. All your counterparts light up on the screen, these like bright red, shapes and whatnot. And then you do see on the other side of Roguez, on the opposite of Rogaz, you do see where that creature seems to be. This large, four-limbed creature. It has these two little kind of like tentacles that seem a little bit of a heat signature of something that kind of wisps off its shoulder blades. And then this just, large head structure off of it as well. You're obviously just getting the heat signature, not really the full look of it, but still.
Can I call to Rogaine and
Rogaz, yep.
Rogez and tell him to turn around?
Yeah, yep. Call out, and he immediately does, and turns and sees that. I do have a visual, and goes for a pursuit. Rogez will attempt to take shots at it. Ooh, I think actually will hit. Yes. Okay. So you lets out just a couple of shots from Rogez. Lets out from his rifle, and flies out towards the creature. And you can see Torque as you're watching the creature kind of like move in reaction to probably getting hit by something. Oh, nice. And it sits there, and there's a moment, and then you can kind of see the heat signature shake a little bit, and then turn towards Rogez, and seems like it didn't fall, it didn't do anything. You're not sure.
Okay.
You don't think it did anything, because then you do see that the creature lunges towards Rogez and come down with a heavy slash at him, and it's going to go ahead and slash out. And again, similar, but this time just like across the chest of Rogez, and he just goes down in a cry, crackle. Shara calls out, yells out to him, and she yells out and says, "Kill the lights! Kill the lights!" As Rogez then falls to the ground.
I'm going to shoot it with a real bullet.
Shoot the creature?
Oh, actually, I don't know that any of this is happening. I can't see it. Oh.
Yeah, you can't. You can see Rogez go down, but you can't see
Dang.
anything else. Yeah.
I guess I'll just shoot where I think it is. I'll just take the disadvantage and try to shoot it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Disadvantage on combat.
Yes, I have a revolver. Is what
Okay.
I have. Okay. So I rolled disadvantage, so I had a 66, but then I have a 75, so I take the 75, right? Or I take the worst one.
Yeah, you take the
66.
worst.
Okay.
Okay. So. Yeah, well, I'll do that. So you fire towards where you think this thing is, as Rogez is like stumbling and falls over and falls into your shot, and the bullet goes and like unfortunately hits him in the head, and maybe that is fortunate for him, because probably putting him out from this nasty wound if it already didn't take him out. But the unfortunate thing for the group is you would be very confident that you just destroyed one set of these goggles there. Now there's only 2 available amongst the group. Go ahead and take 1d10 stress as well for the failure there. Let me know where you're at on that.
That's 4.
So
I have
9.
9.
All right. Anything?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
I was just curious. I heard them scream out, "Kill the lights! Kill the lights!" Is there like a very noticeable button that allows me to turn the lights off?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
Big red button right next to you.
Yeah, of course. I've always wanted to hit a button, a big red button. So like, dream come true, obviously. But I hit the button, and I assume that nobody else has any like chem lights or flashlights or anything going on, since we're using the. So I break a chem light real quick, throw it as far as I can, And then I also take my my lucky holographic serpentine dancer, give her a little kiss, and throw her in the other direction.
Okay.
And try to get back to my teammates and convince us to, hey, we should like get the hell out of here, kind of thing.
Let's go.
Okay. So
Hoping
go
that
ahead.
it will,
I'll let you for sure go and turn off the light.
Okay.
Move over towards that, turn it off. If you want to still do the other things, you can give me a speed check to attempt to do so. If you want.
What is the likelihood of this happening? I have
You
I
can
have a
see the
17,
actual percent on your page.
You know,
Sick.
no.
Okay, so you can prepare those other actions, but not yet
Yeah.
carrying those out yet. So you all see Fax run over and slam its hand down on the towards this light structure, and it just goes out with a blink, and you are now surrounded in darkness. Torque, you looking out, you can see watching this heat signature this entire time as it was kind of just standing there over Roguez. And it moves a little bit, and Shara just kind of like calls out, says, "Nobody fucking move!" And you see this thing begin to kind of saunter in. It saunters towards Roguez, and looks like it maybe kind of like nuzzles at it a little bit, and then it moves around and begins to walk through the group. Every once in a while, one of you like comes up and you just hear near, you can't see anything, maybe seeing and hearing the brush below you crunch. As this growling breathing comes into your ears and whatnot. And it slowly moves throughout the group and then seems to kind of saunter off as it picks up Roguez's corpse and drags it away. Say, while that's going on, though, go ahead and everyone make fear checks.
Is that at a disadvantage?
It would be for you and for
Yeah.
Torque.
Sure would be. Sure would be.
I made it this time, though. I made it this time.
With disadvantage?
Amazing!
15 and a
Wait, fear,
17.
fear, or sanity?
Wow, that's amazing. Fear.
I made it too. 39 under 46.
Nice. All right. Androids still make it?
I love
Yeah.
how you just group us together as if we're the same person now.
Wow. We're
I'm-
individuals.
Yes. Excuse us. No, I got a 28, so I'm good.
I got a 29. So we
All
are very
right.
close.
We're
Under
similar.
85.
Yeah.
Unique, though, in
Yes.
their very own wonderful ways. Sorry, Lilith, you said you passed as well, right?
Yeah, 29
Yeah.
under 85.
29. Okay, awesome. All right. You all manage to hold it together as this thing stalks through the group, but seems to quickly lose, having its prey. It drags out and seems to lose interest otherwise. And Torque, you can see as the signature slowly moves away till it's, pretty far in the distance.
Gotta
And
get the hell out of here.
I can hear the crunching in the background. There's
I was like,
something
"Oh."
still. Yeah, we got to get out of here, but we got to move. Do we move fast or slow? Like, what's more likely
Slow,
to
we
make
move
it?
slow.
Yeah.
Move
Slow.
slow.
Well, I can do that very well.
you see Shara just like standing still. Well, I guess there's no lights on, so you can't. Torque, yeah, I mean, that, to be fair, no one can see each other.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You know,
we
the
know it
lights are
doesn't
out.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Torque, you can see everyone. Yeah. But so I'll say Shara hasn't said anything at this point.
Yeah. And I call out because, like, since the lights went out, I don't know who's still with us. And like, who's still with us? Is everybody okay?
Dax is right. Let's do roll call.
Roll
Roger
call.
here.
Lilith
Torque.
present.
Torque here.
And there's a moment, a long moment. You can hear her breathing, but you don't hear a response from Shara.
Shara, I need a roll call. I need to know you're here.
What did we fucking get ourselves into?
Okay, all right.
This ain't worth anything. This ain't worth any credit.
And she is very intentionally talking over Shara, just to be clear. Bim Roguez, are you here? Call out, sound off. Fuck.
There's silence.
Fuck. All right, we need to leave.
Which way to your ship?
Lilith, facts. You guys have a better sense of.
I tap my head and make the compass that's in there direct us back. No, I
You
Compass
you
go
would know.
burr.
You would have, yeah.
Compass
I
go
have
burr.
okay. I have internal GPS. Okay. In 2.5 miles, take a right. No, I direct us back to the ship.
So you have a direction to head back. You know, you weren't really veering off too far from where the group led you for now. So it's basically just heading, in that general direction. You do know it's still a trek. I mean, you're only maybe half hour, 45 minutes into the forest from the clearing. So you have maybe a good hour or so after that still to travel. And especially if you're going to take it a little bit slower as you go.
And since I don't know that Dork has the goggles.
Right.
Have you mentioned that at all, or because I can direct us back there, but I can't see anything without bringing up more light.
Right. What I'll do is I will mention that I have the goggles to fax. If we can't walk in with any light sources, I have an extension cord that's in my thing of 20 meters.
Nice.
So
Yes,
what
yes.
I'll do is I'll give you the infrared goggles to lead us.
Okay.
And it'll just be everybody can hold on.
Yeah,
to
I'll put my children on leashes. We'll take them back to the house. We'll be fine.
All of us will be in our leash. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we do, and I start guiding us back to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you throw on the goggles and you immediately adjust to the sight of, the heat signatures. And you pick up all your counterparts, Prachi, Lilith, and Torque there. And then you do see Shara as well nearby. And she's still just kind of she's not really moved towards anyone else, even though she has the sight there. Seems to take quite a while to do so. And
having noticed that she's very hesitant, obviously I know that she's going through a lot right now. Again, I do something similar to what I did with Torque earlier. Apparently I'm the emotional support android. And try to help her out and be like, I know that this is difficult. I can't imagine, but the least that you can do is get out of here alive. You owe it to your friends to take care of yourself, to make sure that you survive at least. We can't hang out here anymore.
Brache is much less sympathetic. She's like, if you don't fucking move, we're all gonna die.
Wow, so
fucking move.
Such aggression. Goodness.
You know how humans get when they,
I know.
The amygdala.
They need a little bit more emotional maturity. They'll get to our level
her
eventually.
with the butt of her shotgun. She's like, if you don't fucking move, I will leave you here.
So, Torque, you're confused because you're getting hit in the side by a rifle butt
Yeah.
because Prachi can't see. So it's just
I'm like, ow, that's my side.
Oh,
Prachi.
sorry.
Shara moves to the back and says, I'll pull up the rear. Let's try and be swift about this. And allows you, Fax, to then, with this cord as you hold on and everyone holding on to the cord, begin your trek through the rest of this forest, moving forward. You look out and, you pick up on small little blips of signatures there, facts. Little small ones that you assume are maybe some of these other creatures that live about this world here and there. But for the first bit, luckily no sign of any of these other dangers. And Shara at the back just continue kind of scanning about as well. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I see it. It's on us. She yells out. What's the order on the rope there? Prachi, Lilith, and Torque behind Fax.
I think I'm right behind Fax.
Okay.
Tort would be after that, and then I would be bringing up the rear.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you would hear that immediately as that, and
I would stop moving.
Okay.
Same.
All right. So the group just stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
And it comes by, and Fax, you see it as well. As soon as Shara calls it out, turn around, and you can see this thing coming up, and it's just like stalking, slowly sauntering up near the group.
And I can see everybody else is kind of stock still. Decisions, split second. What would I do? I'm gonna let go of the rope and run off in another direction. And when I'm far enough away that like it has obviously detected me running off, I'm gonna do a light thing, the chem lights.
Okay. So you take off running, and you kind of keep looking back and waiting for it, and hoping for it to turn, and it does, and it's not immediately like haul after you, but you can definitely tell it slowly picks up direction, and the rest of you hear Cher's voice. What the fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing?
And I since they can't hear me, get back to the ship. Lilith, get them back to the ship. And
You got it.
I light the torch, or the chem light, of which I have used several, I feel like, for very minor purposes, and keep running in the opposite direction of where the ship should be. Try and give them a little bit more time.
I just start walking and pulling the extension cord with as soon as I hear Fox tell me to get them back to the ship. That's like, all right, we're doing that.
Shara, Lilith, you would hear Shara kind of mutter, "No, you're not stealing my payday." And is going to go ahead and pull out her own chem light and crack it and throw it down a little bit, like maybe a couple yards out in front of them, and just kind of start like dancing around it and watching for the signature. And you now see, Fax, you see the signature, the heat signature that's coming towards you. It started to kind of pick up, but then for some reason it like turned and looked back, and it notices this other there. And go ahead.
Can I see Lilith has started taking them off, and
so Lilith
how far
Lilith
away are
leading.
they?
How are you leading them? I guess because that's the other aspect is you don't have any goggles. Or
Right.
light.
I would have just started walking with the people connected to me, and in the
Just
direction
walking.
I thought we were going, I would just be going that way because it's like, all right, this is very clearly, it's just time.
Okay.
But if I see the counter flare, I probably would turn around, and I guess people would have a chance to react before I do a thing.
I would also like to do a thing, so maybe we can resolve the actions before coming around. I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
My very noble sacrifice has been defeated by greed.
So
I'm hurt by this.
My plan is, if no one else has anything to do, I'm going to use my trench shovel to try to like break up the.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna shoot her in the fucking
Oh.
face.
Take her goggles first.
Oh well,
Yes.
I'll shoot her in the
In the
leg.
butt.
I will shoot her in the leg and take her all. Like
Okay,
that's what
so
I want to do.
normally I would, especially with this, it'd be like a speed check kind of against in an encounter, but Shara is very much intent on, her rifle is up and she looks intent on trying to take out this creature. So you definitely, you all wouldn't, no, you can, there's light, there's the light that is illuminated enough to see that. You see her with the rifle up, pointing it at something. Pointing it in a direction, whatever. So, that being said, that is her attention. What do you all want to do? So, Prachi, we have what you are after. Lilith, you're just gonna. You said you're gonna try and destroy the light source.
Yeah.
Okay. Torque.
I think he's trying to. He wants to get away from the light as much as possible because he knows that's going to take. That's the source that will bring the source of his fear to
Right.
there. So I think he is going to continue walking. It doesn't matter what direction he's going. He's trying to get out of the light.
Yeah.
And
So you just
move
in
as
any
slow
direction,
as-
you just kind of like you have to use the light to see.
I
But
know.
you're like, I need to get as far as away out of
I
it
need
as
to
I
get.
can.
I need to get away from this light source because it's coming this way.
Okay, so you take off and begin doing that. All right,
So
Prachi,
stressed
go ahead.
right now.
You're not supposed to say that to the DM.
No, I love it. A good stress, like
I know.
a good stress.
Go ahead and make a combat check with military if you want to take your shot.
Sweet. That's a success at an 18.
Awesome, great rolls for you.
I
Okay.
failed the last one, so.
What is your weapon?
It's a shotgun, combat shotgun.
Ooh, shotgun. Okay.
I'm
so
taking
go
her foot
ahead.
off.
Go ahead and roll a d10.
Okay.
The shotgun does a wound damage automatically.
Nice. Okay. 9.
0, a 9.
Oh, is that how much damage it does?
It is not how much damage it does. Okay.
Okay.
So the table entry does say headshot, but I do know that you are not trying to do a headshot, but it's still. You pull up and you aim towards this figure before you in mass frustration of them basically somewhat of a double cross here. Knowing that you've already, potentially lost one of your counterparts in facts as they've ran off to
Yeah.
try and provide you opportunity for escape. And you go and fire off, just trying to, disable this mercenary. And they go down in pain when the blast comes out. You blow out like their hip, and she falls down, and just heavy bleeding. You can see in it looks really dark, but in the glow of the chem light there as it does, and you unfortunately hit something significant, and there's no way she's going to recover. You've completely taken her out from
Okay.
that blast.
Okay.
Lilith.
So I have a slight change to the plan. I want to scoop the light and toss it over to the other light. So then there's just more lights.
Okay,
Yeah.
towards Fax essentially.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. I want you to make a speed check
Me.
to
Okay.
do so.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay.
We have a group 10% or 10 plus 10 or whatever. If you
Plus
wanna use
10%,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled a 22 and a 45. My speed is
Wow.
43.
That's a success then.
So
Because if you want to,
I would have to use the.
yeah,
plus
if
10.
you want to use a plus 10.
Yeah. I think we
Okay.
should. I think we're it's a good.
Yeah.
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 All right. So that allows you to get over there in time and grab that and toss it as, unbeknownst to you, but Fax, you would see this thing barreling down towards your counterparts.
And
that.
and I would see the other light coming towards me.
Yeah, then there's a moment where all of a sudden the light is picked up, and you can see because it's a bright light, it's
Yeah.
giving off, and then it gets tossed in your direction, and the creature and kind of like stops, and you can see its signature, like, you can tell it moves, looks around a little bit, and then turns back towards your way.
And I'm gonna do a little dance, pick up the light, make as much noise and as much physical noise, like movement,
Movement,
as
yeah.
possible. And I mean, I am kind of locked into this, aren't I? Like, I got to keep running away from them. I got to hope that y'all will be able to get back to the ship and on your own.
Prachi's gonna yell for facts.
No,
Like, just
I can't
yell
hear
for you to
I-
come back.
I turned my ears off. It's fine.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
We can't leave facts behind.
It's so sweet. But I'm gonna leave you behind, so I keep running. And I'm making as much movement through the underbrush as possible. I'm trying to get away from them and hopefully be able to find an opportunity to take a shot at the beast.
Yeah.
With the very special tranquilizer rounds that I have.
Absolutely. Okay, so you see this thing barreling towards you, looking over your shoulder, running, or, whether moving backwards, whatever you're looking to do so. The rest of you, what are you doing? You stand there now in pitch darkness.
I've taken the goggles and given them to Lilith, and we gotta wait. We gotta get them. We can't leave facts behind. We cannot leave facts behind. That was stupid. They didn't need to do that.
Well, they did do it, and if we go, we also die, which would make their sacrifice worthless. So, to honor their wishes, I think we should go back to the ship.
What if their wishes were stupid?
I hadn't considered that.
They're pretty fucking stupid.
I mean, both of us are really smart, but I guess, it was not a necessary decision, it seemed like.
Torque is still stumbling in the dark, going towards
What the fuck? Where is Torque?
As much towards the ship as possible. He is just heading in what he thinks is the direction of the ship.
Yeah, I think after our conversation, I would be like, "Oh, and Torque's not here. Sorry, I didn't tell you."
What the fuck?
Torque, you just kind of begin taking off, and you fall into the darkness there, and you trip and fall, taking 7 points of damage, maybe like a sprain to something. Lilith, you throw those goggles on and you turn around, and immediately you pick up the heat signature. In the distance, you see the signature of the creature heading towards Vax, and then you look around, you immediately see Prachi right next to you. And then a little bit nearby, like kind of flickering in and out, and it like tumbles down, you see another signature that you assume is Torque that like took off.
Let's go find Torque.
Okay.
And I'll go that way. I have a first aid kit if I find them. And I don't know, doesn't have to be mechanical or anything. I just want to make sure that he's able to walk.
Absolutely. So you begin your journey out towards the edge of the forest there. Vax, you see this thing barreling towards you, and it's coming, and you're waiting for that moment where you hopefully can get off a good shot. So go ahead, make a combat check.
Combat is 37. The roll is 23.
Very nice. Okay, I was gonna say you can argue for maybe math or something on that.
I mean,
you don't need it
if you want me to argue for math.
Argue for math.
It doesn't
then add the +10 on top of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing comes at you, and you fire a dart towards it. That is... You know that this thing has already been hit once, but it seemingly shrugged it off. And it comes barreling towards you, and let off the shot. And you know it connects. You can hear it. There's a little bit of a wince, a little bit of a cry from it. And it just comes and gets closer and closer to you. and it seems to slow down, get a little sluggish, and it falls poetically right at your feet.
So firstly, I didn't think I would actually have any real world anxiety in this game. But thank you for that. And I think I have like one more shot left. Can I just plug one into it to ensure that it stays down?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
No roll needed for that. I mean, you're right here. You go ahead and do so, and then I'll say, let me. Okay. Really, no roll was needed there. It definitely holds it down. For you hope for a bit.
Okay. Do I bother tying it up, or do I just keep running back to the ship? No, I'm gonna try and make my way back to the group. Acting as if nothing happened. It's just a nonchalant sacrifice. No applause needed, nothing like that.
Would we have like comms, especially between the androids,
Yeah.
or like some sort of like messaging system?
Yeah, generally. I forget, some of the suits come with them. I don't know if the standard battle dress, I think, actually does have comms built in. So I think you, Fax, and Lilith have that. Both
I don't
wearing
have
that?
No, but Prachi has it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it definitely would be, communications there.
Okay, so I tap the comms. I say, hey, I'm fine. I'm coming back to the ship. Meet you there.
They're fine. They're
Oh,
fine.
great. Wonderful. See, it all worked out. All's well that ends well.
But quick question: do you think I should or should not tie the thing up?
Oh. Well, I guess I'm assuming that we're on speaker on Prachi's thing.
Yeah.
I mean, how heavy was it? Could we take it back and also get more money?
I don't really want to take it back. I was more tying it up as a matter of like trying to prevent it from coming back at us.
Gotcha.
Faster.
Well, let's just leave. Why don't we just
run?
leave?
We don't have to tie it up. If you come
Yeah,
very quickly.
true. Yeah, true. I'll head out.
I should have given you that speed bonus before, right? I
mean, that would have
tinkering
been
and it
really
was-
helpful.
As far as I know, I think it worked. I thought I did a great job.
I mean, yeah. Let's go with that. That was a very good. That was very helpful. Thank you. I definitely did not get a -3 penalty to my very low speed score.
Yes, the +3 to your very low speed score was very much appreciated.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yes, thank you.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, and I make my way back to the group.
Hurriedly through the forest, you head back towards them, and keeping an eye over your shoulder. You see that heat signature just laying there. No movement every time you check back until it does get out of view. A few other small ones here and there that pop up, but assumingly just the smaller creatures that dot the forest. Little things you would see as well. Small little, holding on to Prachi, finding Torque, who's, maybe recently tumbled and nursing a sprained wrist there from a fall, but gathering up your two companions and leading them in the direction towards your ship. Through the forest there. Eventually breaking that edge, and you do see that ship there, good 30-40 yards away nearby. Waiting for Fax to catch up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Okay.
once they do, as soon as Prodigy sees them, she's gonna be like, "That was fucking stupid."
Yeah, but it was fun. So y'all ready
No,
to
it
go?
wasn't.
I'm sorry. You're right. It wasn't. Not for you.
It's not stupid. It worked.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. It's not
Other
stupid if it
things
works.
could have worked.
Are we
that
not all
would not
back
have
at the
involved
ship
Fax
safe?
being put in danger.
All I
Can
know
we,
is that
can we argue on the ship as we're
Yes,
leaving this
let's
planet?
argue on the ship.
That's a good idea. Get Torque some Xannies.
Yeah. See, I told you I'd get you out of here, buddy.
I am so happy that you got me out of here. I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah,
and
you just owe me a life debt now.
I do.
you know how it
I
is.
do.
Yeah. You got to be my robot. Never mind. It was going to be a. Never mind. We'll negotiate the life debt nonsense later. It's fine.
This is how Fax becomes a Warlock patron.
The four of you obviously have been in better states, but you do limp aboard your vessel and sit to catch your breath after this quite horrific encounter, not knowing what you came across, what not. You get aboard the ship and now are able to, see the lighting there, closing up hatches and all that, and are closed off. Lilith and Fax, as you take off those the eye equipment, the infrared goggles, whether you set them down or whatever. Prachi, if you look at one of those, you would notice on the inside of one of the bands, it does have the name of the company that you had mentioned that had sent you here.
We will keep that to ourselves for now.
And I think with that, our adventure ends. Successfully made it out.
Woo!
Barely.
So thank you
Wow.
for the almost panic attack. That was real fun.
That was great.
I made a stupid decision and it all worked out. I'm real happy.
Oh,
that
was so clutch.
That was awesome.
Amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was awesome.
Very good, everyone. Bounce House, thank you so much for being here with us. Hope you enjoyed the show. Great showing here. So glad. So let's say hello to this amazing cast here and hear a little bit more about what they've got going on outside of this here tonight. So, my tree, say hello again and tell us what you got going on.
Hello, thank you. I had a blast playing someone today whose whole job was to keep other people alive. So that was that was a ton of fun. So thank you, Todd, and thank you,
Absolutely.
everybody. What I do is I play games and I make videos about the things that I've learned and am learning in terms of being a GM, in terms of being a player, and really just trying to be a better person through it all. And I'm on Twitter as well, on My Trey Games, and YouTube at My Trey Plays Games. And yeah, I hope to see everybody around.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming back. Always a pleasure. So yeah, we'll get you around again, and yeah, go check what she's got going on. Lex, thank you for being here. Glad to have you at the table for the first time.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hi, everyone. This was so much fun. Thank you, Todd, for inviting me. Todd and I have played. He playtested one of my stuff that's in progress, which brings me to Untitled RPG. I make TTRPGs. I have a SRD out that's free called Caltrip Core that you can use to make your own TTRPG in minutes. Right now, it's free. You could do it today before you go to sleep. There's literally people who are like, "Oh yeah, I downloaded it and like I made a game in 15 minutes before I got out of bed." I was like, "That rules." So go to titanrpg.com or follow me on Twitter at TitanomicRPG, which is the spelling's on screen. I'm not gonna spell it for you. And follow me. I got lots of games and we do lots of cool game design stuff. And there's also free subclasses for 5e if you're into that sort of thing.
Awesome, thank you. And tell us why it's called Caltrop Core. I think that's kind of the selling point.
All right, so it's a D4 only system. You roll a pool of D4s, you take the highest result. It's very much inspired by Lumen, by Spencer Campbell at Hela RPGs, and also like the token system in Wanderhome, so I think like belonging outside belonging and stuff. And then it was just a joke. We were like, oh, we could do a D4 system, and then my friends were like, oh, call it Caltrip system. And then later on I changed it to Caltrip Core. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Super cool, yeah.
The best thing is I don't even use that shape of D4s. I use different D4s because everyone knows the pyramids are not the best to roll. So if you get yourself a set of alternative D4s, you'll be very happy.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you again for being here so much.
Yeah, sure. So fun.
Absolutely. Morgan, thank you for being here. This was our first time playing together, second time here in the Bounce House. Say hello.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I woke up one morning, and I saw a message from you, and you're like, "Hey, come play a game." I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love to." My name is Morgan. You can find me online at Lizard Librarian, literally everywhere at this point. I do a little bit of streaming here and there, and I am currently working on a new game. well, 2 or 3 new games, but this one I'm going to finish, called the Untitled Wizard game. I'm nearing the end of that right now, and it'll be a blast. Keep an eye out on my Twitter, and I had a great time being here. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you as well. And yeah, hope to have you back. And last but not least, once again, Bob, say hello.
Hey everybody, I am Bob McDonald, Best Bob on Twitter, Best Bob McDonald, or at Stage Outlaw, which is a fun nickname that I gave myself a long time ago when I was doing the acting thing. I play games. I like to be at everybody's table. I like to have fun at everybody's table. So if you have a game and you're interested, please hit me on Twitter, throw me a DM. I will be glad to play. I love playing games with Todd. I was in his 5e, the Star Wars 5e a couple months ago, and this one here. I love playing games with him. I also play games with Carrie Smith. I'm in tons of her actual play stuff on her YouTube. Go to her YouTube, like and sub her YouTube, because she has got a lot of cool stuff coming out. So please do that as well. And I am always here for my friends. So please, if you want to follow, give me a follow on Twitter. I'll definitely send you all my love and energy, as I do every day.
Lots of that to spread around. We always appreciate it, Bob. Thank you for being here as well. To you four, thank you so much. This was such a blast. Another great session here of Mothership. I have been your warden, Todd Moonbounce. Thank you, everyone, for being here in the Bounce House. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Todd Moonbounce. Here on Twitter, YouTube as well are pretty much the main go-tos. YouTube for all the VODs. So if you want to rewatch this chaos, that'll be there in a few days. I have on my schedule this Thursday, very excited for a special one-shot of Titan Effect, a tactical espionage setting for Savage Worlds. So we'll be showing that off with amazing cast there. So come check that out this Thursday here, Bounce House, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then into August, I believe, let's see, I think the 11th and the 18th will be a 2-shot of Masks, Powered by Apocalypse game, which should be a good time there. And then the weekend of the 20th and the 21st will be the Extra Life's tabletop weekend. I've got 4 games there I'm putting together, so I'm starting to fill up on cast for that, but potentially we'll open that up if there's some leftover slots. So I'll let everyone know. 4 different games over the 2 days to hopefully raise. I'm going to go for $1,000 this year, double what I did last year for my local children's hospital for that. So that's pretty much it. I am still processing casting for Star Wars 5e, new chapter I'm doing for that as well. So if you're any interested in that, still be considering some potential applications. So that hopefully going to have at the end of August as well. So that's all I've got right now. Thank you everyone again for being here. Again to my cast, thank you so much. Great time as always. Go check out Mothership if you haven't yet, or that's another thing, follow me and maybe get in on a Monday Mothership one shot as well. So with that, have a great week and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.